Yo guys, what is up? Moxsy here with another Borderlands 3 video. Just real quick before we get into the video, just wanted to let you guys know that I filmed this build video 3 times, and the clips I'm using for this video are from different filming sessions, mainly because things changed and I end up going back and forth on this build. But yeah, so we have different clips from different times, hence like you'll see my like shirt changes and stuff, but our modifiers did change, so just informing you that the clips that we took are either from our only thing that impacting us was plus 45% additional health, shield, and armor, and the other one was minus 50% shotgun damage and minus 50% shock damage, just so you guys know. The other thing is we hit 10k, which is absolutely amazing. Today we're just going to focus on this build video, but thank you guys so much. The love and support has been crazy. We'll have like a 10k special video tomorrow, but thank you so much and hope you enjoy the video.
Nice. Dude, look at all of them. Oh my goodness gracious. That's the, that right there, that little kill right there is going to be the intro to the video. That was a lot of people.
Sounds better. But our modifiers right now is minus 50% shotgun damage and 50% less shock damage, and we are going to be using a brainstormer. And I just wanted to show you guys what this does, and then we'll go over the build. So there's a bunch of enemies in front of me. Watch that. This is with minus 50% shock damage and 50% lightning damage. We are doing a metric butt ton of damage.
So this is a new build that I have been kind of wanting to play around with, but got some inspiration and ideas from viewers and people in my chat as well. But we're going to be using the electric banjo in this new build, which chains like lightning damage to nearby enemies, which is super cool and works really well with the brainstormer. So just real quick, I'm just going to show you guys how to get this if you don't have it yourself. So we are on Ambermire on Eden 6 at the Rogue Hollow fast travel, and if you respect into my blazing breakneck banshee build, you can just do this, which is real quick, real nice. Just hop that fence, and then these enemies in here all have a chance to drop it. We didn't get it that time, but just wanted to show you guys how to do that. That's definitely the fastest way. Shoot yourself, get 105% movement speed, and just hop right out that window. Alright, so let's go back to Sanctuary and show you guys this build. By the way, on the banjo, you're looking for electric damage and electric chance would be your best 2 attributes. So we were lucky enough to get a perfect one. Alright, let's do this. So this build is different and very interesting, and I'll explain and show you guys why and everything. This is just another thing for you Amara players. If you want to try something new, want to try something really fun, I really like this build. So we're going to be using the Brainstormer as our main weapon, and you can pretty much get by with just the Brainstormer. I like having a corrosive cutsman with me, and I just did this on Slaughter 3000, and we ran it in 23 minutes, which I don't know if that's record or not, but that felt really fast to me. So we did all of Slaughter 3000 in 23 minutes, which was ridiculous. And let's just show you guys the build. So we're putting points into Anima. Tempest, two of my favorite skills, giving us dot damage and action skill status effect, increased damage, and Tempest. And then we're actually going to go 5 out of 5 into Infusion. Now, Infusion works as intended when you're not matching elements, and we're going to have, we're basically just going to be using the Brainstormer. So we're going to be using the Brainstormer with fire to kill most mobs, and then, for example, if we're doing this in Slaughter Star 3000 on waves, on rounds like, I think 4, I don't know, if I think 3, maybe 2, but especially on 4, there's going to be a lot of armored enemies, so we're going to switch to Corrosive. But for the first 3 rounds, you can just use fire, which will absolutely shred things. Um, and then basically grabbing all of our normal things here, and we're grabbing Ties That Bind, which is going to be crazy. If you guys haven't seen my build video yesterday, if you continuously respec, um, you can get your skills on a 2-second cooldown. All you have to do is keep respecing with a Phase Zerker class mod on. So our Ties That Bind is going to be on a 2-second cooldown, which is dumb, broken, but we're not going to be using Allure with this. We're going to be using something else, which is part of the reason why I titled the build the way it is. We're going to be using Do Harm. Hopefully I'll roll a clip right here where I show that Do Harm actually increases the linked damage that is done when you're using Ties That Bind, which is crazy. So we're getting Do Harm because it's going to increase the damage that we do to linked enemies. A lot of enemies are going to be linked 24/7, so this is great skill to have on this, and we're going to be getting max stacks whenever we use our Phase Zerker. So we're getting Do Harm, we're going to get Transcend, because our action skill is up going to be constantly going. We'll just have plus 38 accuracy and plus 27% critical hit damage, which is a really nice bonus to have. We don't need cooldown. We don't really need weapon swap speed or reload speed. We're just going to be melting everything, getting our reloads from Dread, and we're just going to be sticking with the Brainstormer. So I put these 2 points into Violent Tapestry. We're going Ascend and then Stillness of Mind. This will basically make everything we phase lock in the arena. Everything will just be locked in place. When you link a target with Ties That Bind, even before you shoot them, all the targets that you hit that are linked are going to go up in the air, which is a super cool interaction, and will basically avoid taking damage the whole time. So we don't need that much in healing and health, which is what we're about to go into in case we do get shot. But being able to hard CC a entire group of enemies and none of them can shoot at you is absolutely broken. And then we're using the Brainstormer, which is going to hit all of them. We're using Do Harm, which is going to increase the damage that all of them are getting dealt. And we're going to be doing a ton of electric and fire damage to them. And in addition from that, all of our damage is going to be, there's going to be additional chains. And these chains go past the Brainstormer's chains. So if there's enemies that are even further out, you'll still be doing damage. I've seen my damage go way farther than what the Brainstormer's chains go, and just change from enemy to enemy. So in terms of like area effect damage, I guess you'd call it, this build works really, really well for that. What's also cool about the Banjo is it'll chain off of any gun. So if we shoot an enemy with a crossroads, that damage, that chain will still proc. Even when you're using crossroads, doesn't need to be the Brainstormer. This is just a flat bullet proc chance that'll proc a electric chain that'll do damage, which is super, super nice. And then for here, We could go into health, we could go into damage, we could go into health regen. I found that I'm a big sucker for damage, and so we're gonna go personal space. You guys want damage, I want damage. We're getting clarity there. We're gonna get helping hands to 5. This is just gonna give us 40% damage reduction all the time. Our cooldown is gonna be ridiculous, so I don't need that. And then this last point, I've been putting it back into clarity just because Samsara doesn't work still. We don't really need these other things, so this will give us 12% health regen pretty constantly because it doubles after our action skill, and we'll always be using our action skill. So this is the build. We'll be using the Brainstormer primarily, and just switching between fire and corrosive damage whenever we need to. The only downside of this is that you can run out of ammo, but we can use our other guns. These guns, I was just using 2 or 3 corrosive guns. Sorry, 3 shock weapons, which was really nice, but I do like having a Cutsman there just for corrosive damage. And then let's go into the interaction between these 3.
What is up, guys? Future Moxsy back. So after filming this video, I figured out that the transformer and the fastball synergy that I wanted to be using, I didn't really use it during my Slaughter Star runs because we didn't need it, but it doesn't work. The original plan was to throw the fastball, which does shock damage, at our transformer at our feet to convert our shock damage into shields to heal ourselves, which works super great when we have shock on. We're not doing any damage to ourselves. That will be full healing our shields. However, if we have Forceful Expression on, note how I don't have Infusion, if we have Forceful Expression and the Fire Augment on, our grenades are actually now going to do fire damage, which is awful. AKA, we'll throw the grenade and we'll get this horrible, horrible dot on ourselves, and it'll kill us, no matter what we do. So, that didn't work. So, since filming that, I have switched to the Zen Recharger Shield, one of my favorite shields, as you guys know. It works really well for this build, and we actually have a ton of survivability just from our Brainstormer and our damage reduction and health regen. So, don't need it. I have a fix for it that'll be coming out later. But for now, for this video, we're just using the Zen Recharger, and instead of the fastball, I switched to the Merv Hex or the Reoccurring Cryo Hex. Doesn't really matter, whatever fits your fancy. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to leave some gameplay at the end, so if you guys want to see more gameplay of this build in action. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and 10K special tomorrow. Peace.
Sarsha 9,000? I mean 9,000. What are you going on about, boy? Oh, hello, good sirs. Dropped them frames, boy. party onto the puppos. Gotta run downstairs. This is 3,000. But yeah, same deal. So look at all that damage. The YouTube train is rolling, hell yeah. Oh, I don't know, I just did that. Doesn't help us. Dude, this shit's silly. Yeah, kill him with the sellout. Does this guy not have a crit spot? Shit was strange. No, it doesn't stay on your character forever.